You're listening to Bro Down Podcast all fucking day. Oh, yeah.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the Bro Down Podcast. I'm Tim Fulton,
I'm Andy Smith.
and this is What Do You Got?
What do you got?
What Do You Got's a little segment where we each come to the table with a topic. We spring it on the other guy who doesn't know what it's going to be about.
No,
This
he
is
doesn't.
Andy's turn, and today we are going to be talking about
What are we talking about, Tim?
wallpaper and painting. Oh, dear Jesus.
Yeah.
The bane of my existence.
What are your thoughts on wallpaper and painting?
They're literal hell.
Yeah, I don't like them either.
So for those of you who don't know, I just bought a house 6 months ago, and I am nowhere near where I should be right now. The house that I bought, there was not one plain wall in that house.
Plain wall?
No, there was not one plain wall. It is all wallpaper,
Oh, yes.
tile, or
Wood paneling.
wood panel, which I like. People make fun of me, but I like that. There's so much wallpaper in this goddamn house. The bathroom ceiling is wallpapered and painted over. That is how much wallpaper is in this friggin' house.
You also know that it's on there good because usually when you paint over wallpaper, it bubbles off.
Didn't bubble.
No.
Not even a little.
And I got to tell the story.
Go for it.
I got to tell the story.
All right,
So,
go. This hurts.
so Tim buys his house.
My heart hurts.
He's like, oh, I got to fucking take the wallpaper off. I got to repaint it. I've wanted a red foyer forever. I'm getting my red foyer. Okay, cool.
It's my thing. I want a red foyer.
So he starts doing all these things of taking the wallpaper down, using scrapers, using all these different chemicals to take it off, you know, the works. And he's like, the whole time he's like, there's another layer. There's 2 layers. And then there's 3 layers. And then he's getting it off. And then he sends me pictures. And he's like, there's fucking wood. It's not sheetrock. It's fucking wood.
Wood paneling
Wood paneling.
behind the wallpaper.
Behind the wallpaper. So he's looking at it. He's like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm going to get it down to the wood paneling. I'm going to paint over it. Okay. So I'm like, they put wood paneling back there? You're like, yeah, I don't know. Send me the pictures. I'm like, I guess they did. And he paints the fucking wall. And then I get a text. He's like, what the fuck is this? And it's all bubbling. The wood paneling was another layer of wallpaper that they had put on there.
Wood paneling wallpaper.
Dude, I laughed so fucking hard.
And I made myself feel a little bit better because I wasn't the only one who was fooled. My sister-in-law was helping me.
I know.
And she was fooled too.
I know.
We were hesitant because like she put her hand over it. She's like,
This is the smoothest wood.
she said that. Something along those lines. She's like, this is the smoothest whatever. I'm like, all right, whatever. And so after, I know you were telling this story, but I just,
when you take
yeah.
over.
So when I was painting it, half of it bubbled over. And so I started to take it down, and it is the top. They must have used cement to put this wallpaper up.
It's bad.
It was the hardest thing. So for like a solid 2 months, my foyer, the first thing you see when you walked into my house was this explosion of ripped wallpaper, and half-assed red
Well,
paint.
it looked like an opium den.
It did.
Because what fucked up was that when you painted it, you then had to take the paint down, and it looked like a crack den from the 80s in a cop movie.
Yeah.
It was terrible.
It's still.
It was terrible. It was awful.
It's awful.
And then when I went there to help you, a gallon of chemical
Yeah.
we probably used.
Yeah.
And literally might as well just took a hose and sprayed your walls. That's how much we put on there. And it was still not really even coming off. I mean,
No.
I got some good sections with it a couple times, but there was like...
Dude, the
What
amount
the
of
fuck?
time I spent in just my foyer taking down wallpaper, the amount of man hours, it must have been close to like 50 man hours with everyone I've had come over and
Just
help me.
wallpaper.
Just taking down the wallpaper.
Yeah. If I would have known it would have been that difficult, I would have told you to just rip the walls off.
Yeah, in hindsight, that's what I should have done.
Yeah,
But,
but
like,
you had already invested so many hours
I
that
wasn't going
the
back.
remaining hours it would have been
going
close
back.
to the same to do either one.
Yeah.
So I was like, you're saving more money by just ripping it off and painting it than you are now. You know what I mean? Like
going through all that work and then
you
ripping
crossed
down the
that threshold.
It was way
you
too
just
late.
you went too far.
Do you want to hear the worst part? So I may have told you this. I don't remember. So I was walking into my living room, which is where I have my wood paneling. And I don't know why, but I looked up and I see something hanging out. There's there's the doorway, but it's
Right.
not a doorway. It's not a door. It's just an archway, I guess. I don't know what to call it. So there's sheetrock in one spot, and that's where the wood paneling starts. And there's like this little itty bitty gap between the two.
Okay.
And I look up and I see something dangling all along the rim. There's wallpaper behind the wood paneling, bro. There's wallpaper behind the wood paneling in my
So that
living
wood
room.
paneling ain't going nowhere.
No, it is never moving. That wood paneling is staying there until the day I die.
Dude.
Think about that. That has to mean these people liked wallpaper so much, they took wallpaper from one of the bedrooms and wallpapered their dresser with it. I'm not. It was
There's
like
bodies under that house, Tim. All right.
looking better,
There's a lampshade made out of a woman's back. There's some weird shit
the
there.
foyer is primed. I'm ready for it to be painted, but
I
I don't
don't-
want to come over.
I don't want to hear anybody over the age of 50 talk about how kids are into fads. Because wallpaper was a fucking fad, and everyone was a part of it.
Yeah.
Most people, they were drinking the Kool-Aid.
My grandma
was-
came over and she looked at the one in the bedroom because it's all floral and stuff. She's like, I really like this. Are you going to keep this? I'm like, no, Grandma, I'm sorry.
She likes the wood paneling too.
She helped. She did like the wood paneling.
The
Grandma has good taste.
I never noticed it because you grow up with it in your house.
Yeah.
And it didn't look terrible because it wasn't like completely outlandish. It was a little outlandish, but in the house up here in the downstairs, the wallpaper was like dark blue on the bottom with that like. It's like everyone had those pillows back in the day where it was like that. I don't know what like artistic group it's in, but it's like dark old colors that you'd find in like a wood cabin.
Yeah.
Like not a bright, not a dark, but like somewhere in the middle, and then like old schooly like tassel button looking things all over it. And then the middle was like not polka dot, but like country polka dot. White with the polka dots.
Yeah,
and
I
then
know-
the top
I can imagine in my head. I know exactly what you're talking about.
yeah, and then the top is quails. Just dozens of quails.
Those quails.
Just all along the top.
When was the last time you said the word quail?
And what, like, yeah, when's the last time I saw the word quail? But I had been there so long, I ignored it.
Yeah.
And then when I really looked at it, I was like, I understand that this was probably the fad back in the day.
There's quails on your wall.
But my mom or my dad, I'm guessing my mom because wallpaper costs money. But I'm guessing my mom went to the store and she was like, this is the best one. Or like,
I want quails on
at least the best one for the price. But like,
Love you, Mrs. Smith.
the crazy thing though is that she didn't have, like, that was the least crazy wallpaper of the people I knew at the time.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like that phase people went in the 90s where they were painting, and my mom did this too in the one room, but then she knew that she didn't want to be a part of it after like a little while, is when everyone was painting their rooms bright fluorescent-y colors like pink
Oh, yeah.
or baby blue. Stop it.
I wonder what the fad is now. Like, in like 20 years, people are going to look back and be like, the hell were we on?
Yeah,
Everything's beige.
wallpaper is a big one with that. Not just because of its look, but because of the difficulty it is to get rid of it.
Oh my God. It's, I have kind of a bum shoulder and I don't feel it anymore. Like, if I work out too hard or if I do too much, like, yeah, I'll feel it. I spent so much time scraping off wallpaper. I was in agony. agony, like during and well after, to the point where like it took me so long because like after a while I could only do it for like 30 minutes or an hour, and my shoulder would just be like, dude,
Dead.
Stop.
Yeah.
You're in pain.
Yeah.
You just got into a fight, dude.
Yeah, wallpapers. I don't think wallpaper's ever the answer.
No.
Like, ever.
For like a millisecond, I was like, I could just wallpaper over this wallpaper.
Yeah.
No, fuck
That decision was made over decades
Yeah.
to just keep laying it on.
They never took any off. They knew what they were doing.
Could you have just painted over that outer layer? I feel like the shell
It was
of
peeling.
Oh,
It was peeling.
so you're just fucked.
Every
still.
layer was peeling,
Except the ones you wanted.
except the one I wanted. And that last layer bubbled.
Yeah, I don't like painting.
You know what? I enjoy painting. I hate the detail of painting. Like filling up a giant space with paint, that feels cathartic, but then you're like, now I have to go back and do all the little trim stuff. That part is
Yeah, it's mainly because I tend to get meticulous with select things.
Yeah.
And
I noticed.
stuff like painting is one of them. So like if I see something, I have to fix it. And especially if I'm painting with somebody that doesn't do that, they're like they'll put a line of paper and they'll be painting and just like smicking it up the other side of the paper. And I'm like, why have the paper? I got to clean that now. I got to clean it or I can't sleep tonight. Not that bad, but there is that there is that like overwhelmingly like meticulous nature of painting to do it correctly and right.
To make it look good.
That you just can't rush it.
Yeah.
Like you can only be so fast.
Yeah.
And the other problem with it is once you start,
There's
you
no
have
going
to finish
back.
it.
Yeah.
And there's a cleanup and all that is, I don't like it. I never liked it, especially in like hot places.
We painted all that. I helped. So
We probably sweat more than we painted in gallons.
yeah, I would agree to that.
Yeah.
This is a tight space. It doesn't look like it on camera, but this is not the biggest space
No,
ever
but
that's existed.
I like painting better than I like wallpaper.
That's fair.
And
I
I've
agree.
only ever taken down wallpaper.
So you know how my kitchen is all tile? Floor to ceiling tile, the entire kitchen.
Off yellow.
It is. It's off yellow. It's not great.
Some tiles are off yellow on purpose. Some aren't.
So in my foyer, we cut a hole because I'm putting in a second switch for the light.
Okay.
And so now we can see through to the wall where the kitchen is.
It's like a cheap man's speaker box.
What?
You just like talk to each other through the wall.
Well, you can't see into the kitchen,
Oh.
but you can see like the back of the wall.
Okay.
Kitchen. There's no sheetrock there. There's just that wire mesh. So if I take tile down in my kitchen, I can't. That means I have to gut the kitchen, the entire kitchen, because there is no sheetrock.
Oh.
Yeah.
They just put the skeleton up. They didn't plaster it on the wall. They plastered it on the fence.
Yeah.
On the cage shit.
Yeah. So whenever I go to do my kitchen, which
Did you put that tile back?
there's gonna be a switch there.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna have to re-sheetrock part of my foyer.
I just
because
painted.
They had to run the wire.
As much as I hate painting, I just paint it.
Oh yeah, I'm just painting the tile. That became my decision. I'm keeping the tile.
Yeah, just paint it.
It's too late. Not going
Or
back.
put wallpaper on it.
Fucking miserable.
Whatever works.
It's like one of the 7 layers of hell. It's one of the lower layers. Maybe number 2.
Yeah, which layer would be lower? Putting wallpaper on or taking it off?
Taking it off.
Have you ever put wallpaper up?
No, but I'm going to still stand firm behind that decision.
Okay.
Modern day wallpaper, because like I feel like
There's nobody fucking makes wallpaper anymore, Tim. There's no modern day wallpaper. There's no research and development for wallpaper. Nobody's had any wallpaper breakthroughs in the last 20 years. Okay? I don't want to hear about today's modern wallpaper. It's the same bullshit that nobody's been wanting or using for the last 20 fucking years. Okay? It's the same bullshit. So no to whatever you were going to say after that sentence.
I'm gonna wait till April Fool's and I'm gonna wallpaper this entire room and just abandon our friendship.
Yeah.
Immediately go into hiding.
April Fool's. It's gonna be followed by Arsenic's Day. It's fucking yeah.
Arsenic April 2nd.
Yeah. So I
Okay.
don't like wallpaper.
So let us know what you think about wallpaper.
Yeah.
Let us know your wallpaper horror stories.
Yeah. We know you got them.
Yeah, everyone's got them.
Yeah.
Don't forget to like and subscribe. Also, don't forget that we are available on other services. If you go to anchor.fm, you can see all the places we are listed, like I almost said Shopify.
No.
Like Spotify, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts. There's a lot of other little ones out there that you can find us on. So if you want to take us to work or do all that other cool-ish.
Just leave it on play. Just let them all go through. Helps us out. You don't have to listen.
And that about wraps us up.
Yes, it is.
We'll see you guys next time.
You're listening to Bro Down Podcast all fucking day.